land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw what loved me, that endless skyway. I saw below me,
got one person.
that golden valley.
Probably you. Good evening, Deb. How's the audio?
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California.
Good, she's got her moderators branch with her.
All right.
Good, welcome, Patricia.
Patriots assemble.
Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
Good. How do you like our very beautiful, undisclosed location? Deb said hello, Jericho.
Hey, Deb. How you doing?
I've broken rambles and I followed my footsteps.
I might move these flags.
Yeah, go ahead.
Back in there.
Move it however you want, or I can swing the camera as well.
A voice was sounding. This land was made for
Yeah, that's perfect, Steve.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
Hello, Trina. Yeah, we're slowly learning as we go along. We're just going to allow you guys to chat with one another for a little bit, and we'll probably get going right around 7.
And the fog was lifted.
Yeah, it's lovely here, isn't it? Sky's dark down to the south, so we had a shower earlier. Hopefully we don't get another one, but we have an awning to throw up quickly if we do.
It's starting to look dark out there.
It is. I think that one's going to miss us, though.
Is it?
I don't know. I'm only guessing.
It was a deluge in Lewisburg.
Yeah.
This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
Thank you for the advertisement, Deb. That's great. Yes. We have to learn how to build our chat base as well. Or, I mean, our subscriber base, I should say. We're losing our sunlight. That's all right, though. I forgot what I was going to say.
Ryan Martin
Brilliant.
was arrested on June 11th, 2021 because he stood up with 1 million other patriots to have his voice heard on Jan 6th. He is not a criminal. He is a concerned citizen who stood up for me and my brothers. He was taken by gunpoint, transported across the country, and held for 347 days in D.C. jail. He was abused, deprived of his constitutional rights, and unable to see his family. He spent 5 months in solitary confinement. To this day, he continues his legal battle and maintains
Yes,
his
Lewisburg is in
innocence.
East Central
While locked in a
Pennsylvania.
6x10 cell, he wrote
Hello,
a song
True
for
Blue.
me and my brothers. We encouraged him to record it and share it with the world. Please share this, learn his story, and if you can, please support him in his fight for justice.
Steve is playing a song from one of the J6ers. Is it, you said Brian Mock?
Brian Mock wrote this.
I hadn't heard it before. Most of you folks probably have been.
poison old man. They're sending me away 'cause I took a stand. My voice is all that I can hear. They've taken everything except this life I live.
Can we get the awning up just in case?
Politicians smile when they burn my town. Said tear another statue to the ground.
Thank you, Deb. That's great. Deb shared the
They
link.
try and divide with fear and hate, and keep us in our homes till it's too late. Well, they came with guns.
Hey, Freedom Jeffrey,
saying,
welcome.
Welcome to our head. No rights, no trial, then they locked me in a cell. So to my boys I left behind that January day, I stood for thoughts, I stood for words you may never get to see. And through the years and all the tears, we may never be the same. So I pray.
Hello, Turbo Cummins. Hey, Meg Americans.
There's men on
Sorry, I don't know all of you
the
folks, so I'll just say whatever your chat title is. M. Buffy, welcome.
But every single night there's an anthem they sing. And then I sit down, try and write to my son words about wisdom and honor and love. Will they ever understand that I stood for them? Trying to right the wrongs that evil put us in. So to my boys I left behind that January day, I stood for thoughts, I stood for words you may never get to say. And through the years and all the tears, we may never be the same. So I pray. Pray that you choose to see through all the lies that you're told. They can take time, but they can't take your mind or your soul. They want you to hate, but it's never too late to choose love. So choose love and choose love and choose love, choose love, 'cause there's a formula of lies and mistrust. They used to tear down the best of us. There's a simple answer to what we must do. Strip them of their power, give it back to you. If you stand with the truth, they'll put you in a cage. If you talk about freedom, they'll remind you you're a slave. So to my boys I left behind that January day, I stood for thoughts, I stood for words you may never get to say. And through the years and all the tears, we may never be the same. So I pray. My voice is all that I can give. They've taken everything except this life I live. So this one's for my poison old man. They're sending me away 'cause I took a stand. I gotta go 'cause I took a stand. Is there anyone left to make a stand?
Hi, Drifter
My
Shelley.
lowest moment came.
It is beautiful
I was
here.
in solitary confinement, isolated from all the other Jan 6ers for a little over 90 days. I spoke to God and I asked him, why me? He answered quite simply, because you can endure.
We got some weights for the bottom, so we'll try it.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Yeah.
So I have no idea how many calls. Maybe not.
Even if we get one,
Yeah, that's right.
we've accomplished what we need to.
Or even if we get none, we'll
This is my new favorite song by the good patriot, Turbo Cummings. Washington State, man. Keep up the good work,
that's
Turbo.
him. Yeah, that's Turbo.
Keep up the good work.
Looking for a light I've never known. Will it be out in the wilderness or will it be homegrown? One more night with the dead. I've been spending more time with them than the living.
Hey everybody, has the video quality been good? Has it buffered at all, or are we doing okay?
That you keep. I'll stay where I am for eternity. Well, I don't know if something's gonna come my way. I don't know. But give me just a little taste, 'cause I need something to hold on to. I need more than just a window with a view.
Okay, True Blue, we will share that.
And all this looking.
Do we have names, or maybe it's not wise to share names over the chat? I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. We can definitely put that out. We're gonna, after this song, we're gonna start officially.
'Cause when I start looking in,
We might have a storm blowing in here, so we'll have to put the awning up quick, but we have it ready to go.
well, I don't know if something's gonna come my way. I don't know.
Oh, hi, Angelina, welcome.
But give me just a little taste. I need something
Good, Angelina's got her wrench. She's ready to roll.
to hold on to. I need more than just a window with a view.
Okay. I said
That's
after.
okay. That's okay. We need to. Yep, it's 7:02. Here we go. Oh, good. Oh, very.
That's wonderful, Deb. Thank you. We are going to get started, everybody. And why don't we have...
Prayer first.
Would you be okay with praying? If not, I will.
I can pray, yeah.
Okay, great.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Gather around.
Yeah, Tina will open in prayer.
All right. Father, I just thank you, Lord, for once again giving us this opportunity to be the voices for those who can't speak right now. Father, I just ask that you would make a way, Father, for those who have been calling out to be able to call out tonight without any retribution or threats or concerns that their safety or their rooming situations would be changed, Father. Lord, I just ask you to bless this time. Minister to those who need ministered to, Father. That those who need to hear what is being said, they will hear that, Lord. We just ask for your supernatural protection, that your angels would stand around about us, Lord. Those that have been given charge over us to guard us in all of our ways. We thank you, Father, for that angelic protection. And we just ask, Lord, that we would once again be your instruments and be your vehicles for moving all of this forward. Thank you, God, for that spirit of patriotism that you've placed in each one of us to stand for what's right and for truth, Lord. And Father, may we continue to take that forward. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Good prayer, Tina.
I guess it shouldn't be so.
Okay, guys. We don't know how many calls we're going to get tonight. We hope some. We've opened it up to some other prisons, but we had a hard time getting in contact with any of them. So there might be a few calls. We hope so. If not, and I know we don't have to keep you guys entertained or anything like that, but we do want to share some information and have some readings. I think the J6 support community is pretty well informed about what's going on, but there's always more new things going on. So we'll share some things from the Telegram chats. So the plan I had thought of was one song and then share. And if a call comes in at any time, then that preempts everything else. So take it away, Jericho Steve. Unless you want to say something right now. Go ahead.
Well, we got news to report from D.C. from the last week.
Do it. Then you got to use the mic, though. Got to use the mic.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. It was quite a week there.
That's right. You were down there part of the week.
Check. How's that? Testing.
Can you hear Steve okay, Deb?
I went down to Washington on Monday they had a march. It seems like forever ago already.
Yeah,
a whole week of this went by since then. But on Monday we took a march from Peace Circle, right in front of the Capitol, to Freedom Corner, which was a 2.2 mile walk, and we had a police escort for that. And while the police escorted our group of 40 people, 50 people through the streets of D.C., they allowed harassers to harass us the entire way. People with bullhorns. We had no bullhorns. We had flags and just marchers. And this was allowed to continue. This was anarchy allowed to happen as we were proceeding down there. The police knew that we were going to be doing this march, and they allowed this to happen. As soon as we got to the Freedom Corner area, one of the protesters kicked a flag out of the ground into the middle of the street, and there was an altercation, and some problems ensued. The police were allowing this protester into our area. They purposely split us up on that corner because of these counter-protesters. We're not sure what they're counter-protesting, but they're there all the time. And some problems ensued. Mama Mickey was arrested the next day, brought down to the police station, and by the time we were singing the national anthem, she was back with us, singing the national anthem on Freedom Corner. So we're going to call that a victory.
Yes.
The second night was peaceful. There were no counter-protesters there. It's a very peaceful, meaningful occasion when they are not there, and when they are there, the police allow them to come near us all the time. We don't go near them, but for some reason, the police are coming in. Now, I got a theory about that. That vigil's been going on for 300 days or more. It's 305 days, I believe, right now. And the cops have been making overtime there every night. Okay. So what we got is, it appears to be a scenario that the police don't solve the problem there in order to get all this overtime. So I'm calling it the overtime grift. And everyone's calling us grifters. Everyone's calling the counter-protesters grifters. Nobody's getting rich at Freedom Corner, man. But the cops are. So that's my message. You want anarchy? Check out those videos. You'll see what it's like. It's not a pleasant thing, folks. Not a pleasant thing.
Hey, Steve, maybe you know more about this. I heard that they moved, Robert Morse told someone that they moved the J6ers in D.C. to a different pod so they can no longer see Freedom Corner. Is that correct?
Yes, we were told by a couple of phone calls from the prisoners that they were moved to a different pod. However, I think I did see some lights that were flashing. So we just don't know which pod they're in or exactly which windows they were, but I do believe when we sang the anthem on Tuesday that there were some lights flashing. So
Good.
I could be wrong on that.
Maybe it's regular inmates.
Yeah, it could be regular people.
It might be just regular inmates in there. I mean, we're standing up for those guys too.
Yeah, right.
We're standing up against prison
Abuse.
corruption.
Yeah.
And it's happening all over. It's been happening for decades here. It's just that the people that are in prison are an extremely small minority. They don't have a voice. And I think that God brought this whole J6 thing about for one reason, to pull attention to how corrupt our prisons are being run. We found out in Northern Neck that judges actually own part of the prison. They're the people that are sending the prisoners there, and that seems to be a conflict of interest. I'm no legal genius here, but just a guy trying to figure out what's going on. Seems odd that a judge would have a stake in the prison as an investor. It seems weird that a prison would have investors, period. They're supposed to be incarceration units, and that's it, funded by the taxpayers. But this is the condition we find ourselves in. We were a lazy generation. We got to get back on track and take it back over. And Roy, were you down there this week?
Not this week, no.
Oh, okay.
No. I need a rest for a while. I was down there 2 weeks in a row, and I got, not that I love being there with the Patriots, but I got burned out.
It is mind-numbing,
yeah,
that's for sure.
Were there any sentences this week? Any court?
There were sentences. I don't have them all on the tip of my brain right now. John Strand was sentenced, and
remember what his sentence was?
Something like 30 months, something like that, right,
30
Steve?
months. He is a guy, though, that was offered a deal with no jail time earlier, and he decided to make a stand in the courts, which turned out to not be beneficial to him. I think it was the right call to do that.
Yes.
Because now the courts had to go through their motions and actually convict him of a trumped-up charge.
Yep.
There was some good news about Bart Shidley, though. Bart Shidley is in the prison. He's been suffering from cancer. Been getting horrible treatment, medical treatment, to the point of almost ignoring the whole thing. I'm understanding that he is going to be out within 30 days now.
Oh, good.
Due to the health conditions, I believe. Tune in to the Freedom Corner broadcast because Mickey and Nicole are attending the court every day, and they have a pretty good scoop on what happened every day in that courtroom. When the protesters aren't there, you can hear what they're talking about, but when the protesters are there, you just can't hear what they're saying there. So that is a problem. There are other ways of finding all this stuff out. I guess there's people on Twitter. I don't go to Twitter. I'm not in the Twitterverse. I'm not on Facebook. There are resources, though, where you can find these things out. There is DOJ websites. They're not updated very quickly, though. It usually takes a week, 2 or 3, till information on court cases is put onto that website. But I encourage you to go to the Freedom Corner. That would be Stormtrooper, 1791 Stormtrooper, Glory Be, We the People MAGA, and Tommy Tatum does a broadcast from there every once in a while also.
Steve, I can share, when you're done, I'll share something about Pianon's trial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
You want to do it now? I'll just do it here.
Yeah, you attended his.
I was there for part of it. I'm sure you all know who Joseph Thomas is, Pianon. His verdict came down, I think it was yesterday or Thursday. I had shared a little bit last week, for those of you who were here, that I was in his trial the previous week. And Mr. Roots, I can't remember his first name, and John Pierce were his very able defenders. And you could just sense I wasn't there every single day. But the public defender, not the public defender, the prosecutor, government prosecutor, getting angry and upset and hot under the collar. So of the, and I don't know the details, I'm sorry, but of the 12 or 13 charges, in a nutshell, the verdict was not guilty on the 3 biggest ones, mistrial on 2 more, and then the remaining 7 guilty. That they're all relatively minor charges. So at the worst, I think Pianon's looking at 1 to 2 years of jail time. That's what people in the know have told me. But those convictions are under appeal as well. So, and I'm sure you all know, because it's all over Telegram, but this is being touted as a huge victory. And I think it is, because it's, except for the one person who was acquitted a while back, I think this is the most charges that a J6er has gotten that he's been found not guilty or cleared on. And the most important, the most serious ones as well. So it's a major loss for the government. And it shoots a hole in the government's narrative. So we all want to thank God for that. And like David Summerall from Stop Hate said, we hope this is a turning point. And it may be. A lot of things are happening, and we'll talk about that a little bit. And any of you on the chat, feel free to share it with me, because I'm going to be monitoring that pretty closely tonight. So, okay. If you want to play some music, or if you guys have anything else to share?
Yeah, I'm going to play a couple songs.
No, Deb, we forgot, and we will do that. Deb just reminded me we haven't done the pledge. So let's do that right now before we play another song.
We were worried about the flag falling over.
Yeah,
we didn't want the
blew us
flag
down.
falling over.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, Lord, yes. Thank you, Jesus.
Okay. Everybody out there, join us.
Yes.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Amen.
Yes, amen.
Good call. You guys keep us in line.
Yeah, we need help.
Yeah. Sorry, Deb. Tell her we were worried about the flag falling over and keeping it off the ground for a little bit.
She probably heard you.
Yeah.
Don't medicate, just meditate. Waking up now, well, baby, you hella late. Educate, look at what's going on, let it resonate, accelerate. Find your inner hunger like you never ate. Agenda is to push the hate, separate and segregate. Don't celebrate quite yet, the storm is coming, Q, for heaven's sake. Violence that they demonstrate, instigate and penetrate the values of our country and our God.
Oh, it's doing the music, so never mind.
Fighters ain't no featherweight. Pulling
I don't
out the seams of the fabric that they fabricate. They feed us lies.
If I had another phone time,
Intimidate through fear and force, forcing us to sit and wait until we come against the congregate and then we liberate. Praying that you give me strength to find some love amongst the hate. Marching on these streets of blood till I see the golden gates. Troubadour and troubled souls, one of God's servants. Blades out, cut the grass till we see the serpent.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil.
Yes, Shelley, this one's only on Saturdays, 7 to 9. We may get kicked out of this park at dark, or at dusk, so we might have maybe 8:45. What do you guys think? I thought of possibly making it Saturday afternoon instead of evening, so it doesn't conflict with Freedom Corner, but that's something you all can discuss. And we'll have to discuss it among ourselves, too.
How these kids molested, but nobody's been arrested. Read it in the testament, these children are protected. So I'm fighting all these terrorists, both foreign and domestic. Refuse to be directed, blind, not a sheep. Only kneel to my God, so I'm dying on my feet. Silence when we speak, but there's violence in the street. I've been rolling with the punches, I can't take it on the cheap. Drink from a glass half full, I'm optimistic. People are sadistic, so vicious and malicious. Praying for assistance to overcome opposition, or I'm gonna start resisting and then I'll pray for forgiveness.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home.
To accept this call, press 5. Lock this. You may begin speaking now.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, Brandon.
Brandon Fellows, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
We're all right. We're down to, what are we down to? How many people? We're down to 5 people here.
Yep.
And Scooter, or Brian, Zach, and Tim are leaving tomorrow.
Oh.
Okay.
Or sorry, Monday. They're leaving Monday.
Do they know where they're going?
They're probably going to DC jail.
Yeah, where everybody else is.
Yeah. So it's only going to be James and I here, and I also, probably as of Monday, am going to be banned off of phone calls because my lawyers, which the jail listened to my calls with my lawyers, and my lawyers made a 3-way call, and apparently lawyers are not allowed to make, well, no one's allowed to make 3-way calls. So I have 2 lawyers, and yeah, they yelled at me for my lawyer making a 3-way call. So as punishment, I have 180 days of no phone calls, probably starting on Monday.
Ouch. That's too long.
So I will not be able to call the outside world for the remainder of my time here. Yeah.
6 months. Oh, I'm really sorry.
But who knows? Maybe I probably won't be here that much longer. But seeing, I also probably not going to be joining anybody at the DC jail since the warden kicked me out of the DC jail about a year ago. So I'll probably be in solitary in Alexandria when they do move me, which will probably be soon. So it kind of sucks. But
will that 6 months phone or Habishan go follow you?
I don't think so, no, but yeah, it'll basically be like that when I'm in solitary, because you don't have control of when you get out. It's just when they decide to let you out. So they might, it's just, there's only a couple times during the day when I can contact people that I want to or need to contact. So that's gonna be rough. And yeah, let's see. Aside from that, last week I know I kind of was like in a downer mood. Unfortunately, when I first, was knew that I was going to meet, January 6th defendants at the DC jail, I got all excited. But it's just, it's just, I guess, common sense that not everybody is going to be, a really great person. So I try to keep quiet about that. But regardless of whether some people are good or not in this, as a group. There's some good, there's some bad, and there's some terrible. But regardless, even for the terrible people, it's terrible what's happening to us, and we shouldn't be in here. So
You're right. You shouldn't be.
Yep. So aside from that, go ahead.
When you're in solitary, are you allowed to get mail?
I am. I have never responded to mail though, because I have terrible handwriting, and also because I'm always. Honestly, in the real world, I always suck at responding to people too.
Well, that's all right. Doesn't matter.
But I do read each and every thing of mail that I get.
Well, that's good. That's good.
But aside from that, I also I had an appeal get sent in for my bond, and my lawyer didn't didn't file it. Didn't file the thing that he needed to file on time, so they canceled it because they didn't file it. And so I'm trying to deal with that right now. Hopefully they'll open it back up because he sent it 3 days late. So I'm trying to deal with that. But besides that, we're just waiting for trial. And even though I haven't seen discovery, haven't had the ability to get the stuff I need, and yeah, just continuation of this bull crap. But I don't know.
Do you have a date? Do you have a date for trial?
Yeah, it's August 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I do appreciate you guys coming out there. You know, I don't know what have you heard what the DC jail is like? Have they gotten better in the past year since I've been kicked out from there?
Don't know. We have heard that this week, at least we think it happened this week, they moved all the J6ers from the pod where you guys had been to another pod, and it's believed that most of the guys now cannot see Freedom Corner.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. They probably moved them to C2A or something.
Yeah. Although Steve said earlier that when they were singing the national anthem the other night, after they had heard that they'd been moved, there were a few lights still flashing, so maybe the move hadn't been complete, or there are a few rooms that they can still see the corner from where they are in the new lodgings.
Huh. Okay.
But it's still a
gotcha.
bummer.
Alrighty, well, yeah, well, thanks for that information.
Sure
honestly, yeah, I mean, it's going to be, it seems like they're moving everybody out, not just January 6th defendants. I mean, I think we have probably like 12 people, so we could be stuck at, you know, it's not terrible. Lots of good things, so I appreciate you guys coming out there. Hopefully this will all be over soon, but yeah, basically that's all I got. I just was sharing you guys an update with you guys, and yeah, just saying thank you.
Yeah, Brandon, Jericho Steve has a question.
Hi, Brandon. I'm Jericho Steve.
Hey.
I was seeing in my news feed this morning, there's apparently a J6er named Landon Copeland. And he is claiming that 100 plus Antifa have been incarcerated from the January 6th riots, and that they had a meeting.
I will ask him, Ava.
Now, you don't have to answer this if you don't think it's appropriate because you're on a live feed here, but have you heard anything like that?
I knew Josiah Kenyon, who essentially admitted to us here when that stuff came out, so I know at least one for certain, and I've heard other, you know, accusations, but besides that, I mean, I also read recently the article from Copeland, it was Shane Jenkins, who I remember from the DC jail wrote it.
This call is from a federal prison.
Yeah, I read that about him too, but I mean, honestly, with that amount of people and it being DC, I mean, I would be baffled to you know, for them not to have at least been present, but
to be arrested, I thought was surprising that they actually did get arrested and incarcerated. So, and it was news to me. So, I'm just looking for information.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah, no, I definitely, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. Somebody in the live chat asked if you need commissary money.
I definitely could use it, but well, first of all, I'm on band commissary, but I do get charged for messages, so that would actually help me with writing messages on here, because they charge you per minute to write messages, especially since I'm going to be banned on making phone calls probably as of Monday for the crime of having my lawyer three-way call in. So yeah, I mean, if you guys know how to do that, do you guys know how to do that?
I don't.
No.
I don't.
Okay, I know if you ask Brian this question, Brian knows how to do that. Western Union or something.
Brandon,
yeah. Well, when Brian comes on, he has information, but
oh, is he going to call?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and I think I have a new Give Send Go too, because unfortunately, the first one probably got stuff taken from it. So, because my family didn't create the Give Send Go for me, I had to rely on a stranger to create it. So, it's just been an honest nightmare in all realms. You know, it's you know, we're in here, and then you know, this nonprofit comes up, says they're going to help, and then you don't get help, and then this nonprofit comes up, says they're going to help, they don't help. I'm just honestly tired of all of it. I know we have really good supporters out there that want to get us money, and I'm in here. I don't even know which ones are good. I know which ones I've occasionally received money from, but even the people that I've received money from, like nonprofits, they ended up turning out to have been closed down for stealing money. So I'm just honestly tired of this. I really wish people actually didn't try to take advantage of people in jail. It's really annoying.
It's really low. Hey, Brandon, somebody in the chat asked if you could repeat, and I didn't quite understand it either. You needed commissary funds to make calls with. Was that right? Message, yeah.
No, I'm going to be. It's to write messages. So
is that like email?
Yeah, it's like email and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So you can do email?
I can do email. That has not been taken away from me yet.
Okay. All right.
I think there's like Western Union, I think, our Fed number. Hold on. Scooter, is that right? Do we? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Western Union, our Fed number, which I think is that the 261 number? Yeah, it is. So it's the 261. Oh, wait, it's not? Is it PAC number or Fed? Okay, so so mine is 261-405-09. And they have to Western Union that. I know that's not the greatest instructions, but yeah, it's really annoying. Yeah, give it to do you know Tammy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tammy knows how to do it.
Okay. All right.
Say that number.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish at this point, this late in the game, I wish there was like a clear, solid way. But for a while, I relied on nonprofits, and then find out that nonprofit is stealing money, and I just honestly got so tired of it. It's demoralizing. Like I'm already in jail, and then to hear that these people that support us are taking money from us, I'm just like, I honestly just don't like to think about it a lot. I'm just like, you know what? I already got enough issues already. So to think that these people that say they're supporting us aren't supporting us, it kind of just Only can take so much in here. It's really annoying.
Brandon, can you repeat that number again?
Yeah, it's 261 405 09.
09?
Yeah.
What is that, a Western Union number?
Is that Western Union?
That is my federal number, which I think they need in order to Western Union it to me. But honestly, I think, are you calling next? You want to just share? Okay, so the next person on will share more, because like I'm not used to asking people to put it on there. I'm not aware of it. I'm not on top of that stuff.
Okay.
But aside from that, though, for anybody that hasn't heard from me before, I'll just give a quick thing. My name's Brandon Fellows. I'm from upstate New York, right around the Albany area, and I was a tree business co-owner and a chimney company owner before all this. I had no criminal history, and on January 6th, the worst thing that I didn't commit any violence. The worst thing I did was accept 2 hits of weed from somebody that passed it to me inside the Capitol.
Thank you, Angelina.
I followed the instructions of police officers, which I have videos of. They've been released on Gateway Pundit. You see me walking around asking directions inside the building. Police officers are giving me directions inside the building. They're saying, oh, you can go as far as the statues. I literally did not think I was going to get arrested.
This call is from a federal prison.
I just got really mad after January 6th with the narrative they were sharing. And I talked a lot of crap about the government after that. But I didn't do anything. The only thing I'm charged with really is trespassing and supposedly obstructing this official proceeding, which stupidly has a 20-year potential charge on it. So no criminal history. They say I'm too dangerous to be released, but their actual quote was, I'm a non-violent danger to the community, because they don't have anything to actually relate to me being violent. So they had to make up this scenario to like, oh, he's a non-violent danger to the community, and say, oh, we can't let him out because of that. That makes no sense. The Bail Reform Act, I didn't meet any of the Bail Reform Act factors, and it's just totally ridiculous that I've been having my freedom stripped from me for 2.5 years. Yeah. So I got to restart my life after all this. But it's fine. I'll push through. But yeah, it's just really annoying. If they think that this is gonna make me sorry, no, I really do not like the government, like at all now. That would be Stockholm syndrome to appreciate them whatsoever at this point. I'm not gonna have Stockholm syndrome towards them. These people are terrible. I hope Donald Trump gets in and does good for this country like he did those first 4 years. And man, if they steal the election again, I honestly hope people go wild. Honestly, whether this is a recorded line or not, like our country is falling apart right before our very eyes, and is absolutely ridiculous and very, very sad. I love this country. It's really irritating just sitting in here for 2.5 years, seeing it all fall apart, and seeing people just kind of let it happen. I'm very irritated by that. But, you know, there's good people out there. You know, I love Americans. I don't love our government most of the time, but, you know, when Trump was in there, he did things right, and hopefully we can get that back in. So
Americans are not the government.
Thank you guys for being out there.
That's right. It's not the government that's going to save our country.
No, it's
Thank
us.
you.
Thanks for
All right, well,
Brandon.
Through us.
Thank you. I'm gonna put Scooter on since that was a 1-minute warning for the phone call about to end. So thank you guys again, and hope you guys have a good night.
You too, Brandon.
God bless you, Brandon.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Yeah,
All right, thanks. All right, bye.
All right, thanks Angelina for putting that out on Troopers Chat about Brandon.
Well said,
He
Glenn.
could use some money for his emails. He's getting his phone privileges taken away for 180 days.
6 months.
And his trial's in August. So he could use some cash on this. You guys got to figure out how to do that. And Drifter Shelley, you're right. You can't interrupt a meeting that hasn't been called to order yet, which is another thing we found out. That was never called to order. It was never a meeting that could get interrupted. So once again, the whole thing goes on. A little thing I found out is that Hollywood has been training CIA and FBI on how to perform antics and stage scenarios to get certain people to confess to crimes or to corner people that they're trying to get out in public. And it is becoming obvious that the CIA and the FBI was trained by Hollywood, and the J6 tapes are their Oscar performance. So enjoy the show as John Solomon starts releasing this. He's been given access from Kevin McCarthy and 2 other people, and in 2 days, John Solomon has put 2 videos out now. First one was about Pelosi getting followed around during the evacuation by a documentary crew.
Hey, Brian.
How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing well.
Hey, good evening, Brian.
How about
Good.
yourself?
Good evening.
Hi,
Well,
Brian.
I'm doing all right. It's my last 2 nights here. I'll be leaving Monday morning, going back to DC. So, end of the road here in Lewisburg for us. And the rest of us probably shipped off the week after.
So who's gonna be left after Monday?
It'll be Brandon and James.
Yep.
They'll be the only 2 left here. They'll probably leave next week after us. Pretty sure.
Okay.
I think they're shutting down the pretrial program here in Lewisburg.
Well, it sounds like it.
Yeah, they're shipping everybody off. So, you know, it was nice being here. But, you know, guess they don't want us here no more, so we're heading back.
Yeah.
Yep. And, Brandon mentioned about the people, the supporters, not just the supporters, but the organizations out there that are bleeding money off supporters for money.
Yeah.
You know, there's been hundreds of thousands of dollars being donated for J6ers, and they talk about how it's for legal fees or it's for commissary, it's, you know, to help our families financially. But they handpick people they want to give it to. You know, they only give out a fraction of money, only when they have to. You know, just a little bit. You know, if you get $2 million, they might give out $20,000 between, you know, three or four J6ers. You know, and they're getting rich off our blood and sweat and our freedom.
Yes, they are.
So, you know, y'all supporters are the ones that matter to us because we know, you know, but these people are being conceived because supporters like y'all are sending money to these organizations thinking that the money is actually going to us when it's actually not. You know, these people are living lavish lifestyles off our money.
And we have no idea that you guys aren't seeing any of that hardly.
Oh yeah, we're not seeing none of it.
No different than Black Lives Matter.
What?
It's sad because, you know, most of these J6ers in here don't have good lawyers. They got public defenders, and you got all these people bringing in all this money saying they're going to help us, they're going to do this. You know, they'll send us letters. Certain organizations send us letters. Hey, here's an application. How much money do y'all need for commissary, or do y'all need legal fees? How's your wife doing? How are your kids doing? Do they need money? You know, blah blah blah. Then you never hear nothing from them. You know.
Hey,
so you know, I think we had one organization during Christmas time help out a little bit. I think it was Patriot Mail Project that was part of that. for the rest of them that are out there that have developed since we've all been locked up, they're all talking about how they're going to do everything for us, and they never do it. That's what we said.
That's beyond pitiful, Brandon. Hey,
Begging people for commissary, none of us should be doing without while we're in here.
No.
With all the money that comes in.
Hey, Brandon, Brian, sorry. Got a quick question for you. There's, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, there's been some articles lately about the Give, Send, Go that a lot of you guys have set up. Now, this isn't Give, Send, Go's fault or the people, but that the government's been taking that for fines, that they're keeping an eye on it. Are you aware of it? I mean, not for everybody, but that's just something I think that J6ers and their families need to be aware of.
Right. We've been trying to get that word out there. I shut mine down.
Did you?
I'm in enough debt as it is. I don't need any more debt than what I already got, But yes, they have been. So, like my old Sally Malley, he had just gotten $16,000 for an article he wrote. And he has 2 autistic kids, I believe. So he wrote an article on that. So people donated about 16 grand to him within a week. Well, he went to his sentencing, and they fined him $16,000. So it's like they're extorting us for the money. People are donating the money to help us, to help our legal fees and our families. And you got the government over here saying, well, we want that money. You don't deserve that money. We're going to extort you and take it. That's what they've been doing. They haven't done it to everybody, but they've done it to a lot of us so far here lately.
Jeez. I wasn't aware that was happening.
No way to it.
No, I was going to say that people out there need to be aware of that. And there's a very good article in the Epoch Times about it this past week. I'm not sure what day, but you could find that online, and you can set up a free account and read it. But they detail that in the true light. That whole, and that's a government scam. That's not Give, Send, Go. That's
right. Yeah.
This call is from a federal prison.
It's sad, our own government's extorting us for the money. You got people out there, that certain things happen to them. It's kind of like the Penny case, choking that guy out on the subway. He's got $3 million for legal fees that people have donated to him, Are they going to take that too?
Probably.
Or not? They're going to leave him alone since he's not a J6er, right? He's not a political prisoner. They don't care about him. There's a lot of people, Black Lives Matter or whoever, they get money donated to them all the time, but do they take it? No, they don't.
Nope.
They're on the other side of the political agenda.
Yeah, you're right.
It's sad, but it's true. People are getting time, too much time for what they did. Robert Morris, just Lego Man, he just got 66 months.
I know.
Which is outrageous. Stuart Rhodes, he's sitting on 18 years. The Oath Keepers, Kelly Meggs, him too, 12 years. These guys are 60 years old.
I know.
Time is detrimental to these guys. It's almost a death sentence, a life sentence for these guys.
Yeah.
And the same with me. I'll be 50 next year. 5 years is detrimental to me,
Right. Do you know what you might be looking at?
Truthfully, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, I think.
Yeah.
I'm at, I believe. I'm not really for sure. I'm still in status hearing, so I don't know what's going on with my case. It's going to be a while, before I go to trial. So.
Have you had access to any discovery at all?
I have not. I've been trying to battle with lawyers, trying to get a decent lawyer here lately, and just can't seem to get one. The organization that was going to help me, get another lawyer dictated who I was going to hire. So I had a lawyer that I wanted to use my brother's lawyer, right? Because my brother's a J6er too. We got arrested together.
Yeah.
So I wanted to use his lawyer so we can all be one team. Well, apparently this lawyer is enemies with this organization. They don't like each other, so they told me that I couldn't hire him. So I sent another name to him, and so that lawyer's no good neither. You need to take these names right here. So what it is, they got a middleman. They got the organization. They say, here, Brian needs $50,000 for an attorney. So this guy goes and finds an attorney, maybe finds one for $35,000. Puts the money in his pocket, the rest of the money. See how that's working? He's the grifter in between. He's the grifter in between, doing the dirty work and getting rich off of us. It's scamming both sides at the same time.
It's like I just don't understand how they can dictate who you have for as your attorney. It shouldn't matter,
That's That's what I told him. I said, your personal problem shouldn't matter. If you people are donating money to me for legal assistance, then it should be up to me to hire any lawyer I want.
Yeah, there should be no strings attached.
Exactly, but there is. There is.
You might as well not be able to have a lawyer with that kind of an attitude.
I'll just stick to a public defender, because these guys are going out and trying to find the cheapest lawyers they can. Probably don't have any history with J6ers or any political stuff like that. And, throw this cheap little dirty lawyer on us, That's not going to do anything better than the public defender.
Right.
Yeah, that's where I sit,
I mean, it's hard to feel like you're not between a rock and a hard place, but, all of us are feeling like that. For us in the country and for you guys too, that we're all between a rock and a hard place, and it's really hard to know what to do and where to go and how to handle it.
Yeah, y'all supporters that sit out there on the corners every night, holding these vigils. Y'all are being deceived just like we are. Y'all don't know. We've known about this for a long time, but nobody's ever wanted to say anything. They're afraid to say anything. They didn't want to go up against these organizations because they're afraid they may not get any more commissary or get any kind of little help that they do get,
Yeah.
And, we just had one here recently that, he was kind of sending us, a few of us, $100 here, $100 there, and he ended up stealing, like, people's gifts and go money because he had a gifts and go set up to him, This guy's stealing $30,000, $40,000 from people, and these J6ers trusted him. Now the money's gone forever. They don't have it no more.
I just can't wrap my mind around something like that people would just deliberately take advantage of anybody, but especially you guys.
They're con artists. They're grifters. They're con artists. They say they're patriots, but they're not. They say they back us, they support us, but they don't. They care about one thing: the money that we generate and bring in.
Yeah.
And it gets to them, but it doesn't get to us.
Right.
I wish it would, because we'd probably all be in a little bit better place as far as our families and our attorneys,
Yeah, you probably would be, especially your families. I think that's one component that a lot of people forget about, that you guys aren't the only ones that's suffering here. It's your families too, and your families have lost just as much as you guys.
This call is from a federal prison.
If not,
we've probably. People have lost careers, they've lost their vehicles, their houses. Me and Tammy have lost all that. We've lost our vehicles, we've lost our families, and everything. Everything's gone. And here's Tammy just sitting here in a hotel room right now in D.C. holding a vigil with Mickey and them in D.C. right now.
Right. Yeah, we miss her out here, that's for sure.
We do.
She's doing a great job down there, Brian. Great job.
Yeah, I hear it. Hey, y'all are doing a great job too, man. I'm glad y'all are still out there doing it. We will still call, even though we're going to D.C., we will still call in on the vigil in Lewisburg, so we won't forget about y'all.
All right. We'll hang out as long as we need to then.
Definitely, because as soon as I get down there, I'll make sure all the guys are going to call in. They'll call the D.C. vigil, and we'll definitely call the Lewisburg vigil every Saturday night like we've been doing. So we won't skip a beat.
Yeah, please do that, because we want to be an additional voice to this part of the country. I know a lot of people. I know I was following the vigils at D.C. Faithfully while Oreo Express was down there, and then when they left, I just had a hard time trying to find another live feed, and so I really haven't watched the DC vigil for a while. And so I think a lot of people in this part of the country might be in the same boat. So if we can provide an additional voice locally, I think that would be awesome.
Right. Definitely need to get more communication out there.
Sorry, Brian, but just FYI, we're hoping to open this up to like Allenwood and Loretto as well. Some people have contacts with some of the guys there, so we're hoping to make it kind of like a Pennsylvania-wide call-in, but that'll take some time to do that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome though. That's a good idea.
Yeah. At least
hopefully they'll just get the word out.
Yeah, it gives them an opportunity to call somewhere.
Right.
And if we can be a cog in that wheel, then we'll stand out here as long as we need to.
Awesome, and we love y'all for it. Y'all are the real supporters out there.
We love you guys too, that's for sure.
All right, Tina and Roy, well, y'all have fun, and then thank y'all for being out there.
Yeah.
And we're going to pass the phone over to James.
Yeah.
Good night, Brian.
And Zach will be, or Zach's probably gonna be next.
Okay.
Actually, but yeah, I don't think y'all have ever talked to Zach, so this will be a first time for him.
Okay,
I
good.
believe.
You said you're leaving Monday?
Yeah, me, Zach, and Tim Bonner, we're leaving
All right.
Monday morning.
Because
Alrighty.
what I've been trying to do is send letters and get everybody on, to add my email to their account. And so as soon as we know what your address is in DC, I'll do that for you too.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll definitely keep in touch, Tina.
Yep, you guys
Thank y'all.
too. Yep,
Thank
love
you, Roy.
too.
All
Good night, Brian.
right, love y'all.
Yep, love you too. Bye. Okay.
Insane.
Okay, on another
Share some
note,
of
we
the
have a
comments.
boycott going against Bud Light. We've
Bud
cost
Light.
them tens of billions of dollars so
Target.
far.
Target, it's lost.
We got a band together. We are more than we know. We are more people than we know.
That's right.
We just put a serious dent in Anheuser-Busch. Target came out, they were selling whatever they were selling there. It wasn't cool for kids. They're messing with our kids. We started boycotting them. And we have power, people. So let's focus our efforts on these businesses right now. Bud Light, Target, Disney, LA Dodgers, the Build-A-Bear organization where you take your kid and they build a teddy bear. They have gone LGBTQ.
Walmart too.
Lululemon, North Face, Calvin Klein, Kohl's, and Barnes & Noble. Let's focus it on those 10 organizations right now.
Walmart too. And Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Did you see what the Chick-fil-A was? CEOs.
Charged for this call. This call is from
Zachary Olive.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this call and all future calls, you may begin speaking now.
Huh?
Hey, Zach.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. First time. Good to hear ya.
I think it's the second time, but
Oh, yeah?
that was a while ago.
So how are things going for you?
They're going good. I think we're gonna get moved out on Monday.
Yeah,
Three of us.
That's what Brian's thought too. You've been in Lewisburg a while.
Lewisburg?
Yeah.
For about 3.5 months.
Okay. That's a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this guy's worth.
So what's your story, Zach? If you can talk about it.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, the basic story is that I saw Ashley Babbitt basically get shot by Michael Bird. I saw her get shot. I didn't see him shoot her. I didn't really know he was there at the time. But then when I went back and reviewed the video, then I figured out what had happened. But something that I wasn't expecting after I got arrested. When I went into DC jail with the other January 6th defendants, they started saying that I was an Antifa, a member of Antifa, and it isn't true. I'm not a member, and I've never been a member of Antifa, but they basically wrote me off of the block in DC jail, so I got sent to solitary because a lot of the January 6th defendants didn't want me to be in the same unit as them, and I got sent to solitary. So I was in solitary in DC for 4 months, and I wasn't allowed to go back into the unit with the other January 6th defendants, so I ended up getting shipped to Northern Neck. The reason why I think they labeled me as Antifa is because of that video, the main video that the government is using as evidence against me, where I was right next to Ashley when she got shot, is because they think that like I was somehow either intentionally or unintentionally involved in the death of Ashley Babbitt, and they really don't like me for what they believe I roll in that. And something else that they're trying to use against me, the January 6th defendants, a lot of them they don't like me for, is because of the shirt that I was wearing that day. I was wearing a black and yellow soccer jersey, which, if you don't know, it's black and yellow is the colors of the Proud Boys, which it was just a coincidence that I was wearing that shirt that day. It just happened to be my favorite shirt. But apparently the Proud Boys were instructed not to wear their colors on January 6th because they believed that Antifa was trying to infiltrate their ranks by disguising themselves as Proud Boys on January 6th. So they were saying that's why they think I was Antifa.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, I have to stress that like I'm not Antifa, and that's like one of the most unfortunate things that's happened to me through this whole experience. That I was falsely associated with something that I honestly never even heard about until after January 6th.
Wow. So are you going back to DC Monday, or are you going somewhere else?
I'm probably going to be going back to DC. But I'm not for sure. I'm not certain.
Yeah.
But I might. There's a good chance I'll probably be going back to unit with the other January 6ers, because by now a lot of the people that started that rumor about me they have been sentenced and shipped to their ultimate destinations.
Oh, okay.
This call is from a federal prison.
So your treatment's been better now then? Like among your peers?
Yeah, it's definitely been a lot better. Since leaving DC and going to Northern Neck, I think that people, I got to start like fresh with the January 6ers that were in Northern Neck, and they generally hadn't heard of the rumors that were from DC, so I didn't really have to deal with it too much. And then I got to know like a lot of the Proud Boys personally, and in Northern Neck I got to meet Ethan. I got to meet Zach Rell. I met Barry Ramey, and I don't think they think that I'm Antifa at all. I mean, even if they do think that I was, like they still think I'm like a good person. They show me respect, and I'm thankful for them for doing that.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad your treatment among your peers has been better since you left DC. I hope it continues after you go back.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Boy, do you have any questions? Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I don't know.
Zach, Jericho Steve has a question for you.
Okay.
Jack, I've been watching a lot of J6 videos lately, and it's appearing that the whole thing was a setup, as we know, and that it was a Hollywood production, and on top of that, the footage that Tucker Carlson put out about Jake Chansley shows how he was literally led to the position where they wanted him to be photographed, and the culmination of the whole event there. Do you guys feel like you were led into that hallway somehow? Did you notice anything going on with hand signals and certain members that were in the group with you that were leading you into that position?
Why did the law enforcement?
And you don't got to answer this because you're on a live stream, dude. So
I'm not really like, honestly, like I don't really like to be on the phone that much just because
Right.
I don't know, I might have to skip that question.
Okay, understood.
That's fine, Zach, no problem.
It's understandable. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's looking like to me. The more J6 video I look at, it appears that there were certain groups that were led into certain places for a movie shoot, basically. And that hallway was one of them.
Yeah, that hallway was definitely, that was definitely a chaotic area.
It was a horrible area.
And Zach, we don't want you to say anything that's going to jeopardize your case in any way.
Yeah.
But the way the police moved into that hallway, and then they changed like in that hallway, it's very, very bizarre, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't say.
Yeah, I did review some of the footage. I mean, that video in particular, because that's pretty much the main evidence they're using against me. So I have to look at that video very closely. There's different angles that a lot of that separate cameras.
This call is from a federal prison.
But I don't know. I think there was undercover police, so plainclothes officers, several of them in that area, though.
Absolutely, they were giving hand signals and everything. I mean, I saw it.
Hey, Zach, people on the live stream are saying they love you and they're praying for you. We can
really?
all say that, yes.
Okay. All right, well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
Let them know I got my trial coming up in July 31st.
Okay.
You guys know.
We'll keep that on top of the prayer list for sure.
All right, cool.
Yep.
All right, well, I think I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll put James on if that's all right.
That's fine.
Thanks a lot,
cool.
Zach.
Thanks for the.
God bless you, Zach.
You're welcome, Zach.
Good night,
Thanks
Zach.
for calling out. You know, it's probably not the most comfortable thing you wanted to do, but thanks for contacting us. We appreciate that too.
All right, cool. All right, bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
He sounds really young.
He is. He's like 24. Zach 24? 23? Something like that.
Yeah, he's a young.
He looks about that young on his
he's
pictures.
really young. Yep.
All right, if you need more proof that we are more than we believe we are, not only are we putting a tent in Anheuser-Busch, but a while back, President Trump did the national anthem with the J6 prisoners. That song went to #1 on iTunes.
Yeah.
Billboard magazine didn't even acknowledge that song existed, okay? That was 2 or 3 months ago.
Yep.
And just this week, a guy named Forgiato Blow, he's a rap artist who wrote that song, Ashley Babbitt, that we play often at the corner, just hit #1 on iTunes again.
Oh, really?
In all fields of music. That's rock and roll, rap, all the different fields that iTunes measures. He is #1 again. and Billboard magazine won't even admit that song even exists. So this is proof, folks, that we are way more people than we think we are. We're led to believe we're a minority. All right, another phone call.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time.
James Grant, everybody.
To accept this call, press 5. To block, you may begin speaking now.
Hey, Tina, Lewisburg Vigil. How's everyone doing tonight?
We're doing well. We're doing well,
Yeah.
James.
I'm glad to hear it. This is James Grant, the idiot who's up there amidst Ray Epps and Ryan Samsel. And, yeah, I don't know. I hope everyone's enjoying the weather. I'm just in here it's kind of nice, but, yeah, I'm just in here thinking, like, man, I don't know. I just, like, how much more do they want from me is what I'm wondering. You know, I've had, like, articles written about me. Like, I've been internationally slandered. I lost the law school scholarship, and it's probably, you know, I won't be able to get into anywhere near the same school as a good one. And, you know, I've already lost up to 17 months of my life, and in 2 days it'll be 17 months. So I'm just wondering what else they want. I mean, at some point their bloodlust has to be a little sated. I mean, I touched the fence for like 10 seconds. Wrong place, wrong time. So I'm just, God, what is going on? And what is going on in the world? It's like every day I see crazier and what the hell is going on? I mean, I see like worse and worse news every day, and it's like the world has gone crazy, and it's only been crazier since I've been locked up. I mean, God, we're so far removed from reality, and we've been so far removed from reality. And it's like every day they do a little bit more crazy stuff. Like, it's called boiling the frog, and they just, you know, a little more crazy stuff each time, and before you know, we're so far from where we started, and it just happens so gradually that no one says anything. There's one of those word fallacies, like ad hominem is when you attack someone for their character instead of their argument, kind of like they do with Trump a lot. And then there's one called, I don't think it's a fallacy, it's called slippery slope. And, you know, it's basically what I just described. It's not a fallacy at all. I mean, I remember they said, I remember it's like 2008, and at the time, you know, I was all right with gay marriage, and the argument though was, well, it's not like we're going to come to your schools and talk to your children about it. And I think that's fair. I guess, you know, that makes sense. They wouldn't need to do it. Look what is happening now. I mean, you're coming to schools and talking to children about it. It got so crazy so fast, and yeah, slippery slope is definitely not a fallacy.
No.
But yeah.
You asked the question, what the hell's going on? That's exactly it. Hell's going on.
Yeah, it's coming from hell.
Well, I'll tell you what, righteousness is so much stronger.
Yeah, I don't know. It's looking like Revelations out there, and the weather kind of looks like Revelations right now. It looks very ominous outside, but but I'm happy to announce to everyone that we played some soccer today.
Oh, good.
This call is from a federal prison.
So we played a big game today of soccer. Yeah, it was 4 J6ers and Russia. We colluded with Russia for this game. That's Scooter's line. I can't steal that one. That's Brian Jackson.
We'll give him credit for it.
Yeah, we actually did this one. We actually did collude with Russia this time.
Yeah.
But we had Brian Jackson in goal, Brandon Fellows, Zach Alam, who just called, myself, and Russia. And we are playing Latinos that have been playing their entire lives, and they are good. And yeah, and Brandon Fellows has never played before this. I've never played before this, and Scooter played when he was like 14. And oh my God, what a game! You guys should have seen this. But it was 5-5. We tied. We ran out of time, and we had the last attack. We almost had them, but it ended up 5-5. Yeah, it was a tie, but that was a huge upset for us to even tie. We should have won too. We had some good shots, but yeah, Scooter was the goalie. You know, I had 2 goals. Zach was amazing. He's so good.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Even in the heat, you guys prevailed.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. They let us go out at 8:30. I do prefer it in the heat when they let us out at 11.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm sure you guys have heard from everyone before me that the Lewisburg, they're taking us out of Lewisburg and I guess moving us to DC or Alexandria. So
Yeah.
yeah, this was definitely my favorite saga so far. The Northern Neck saga was horrible. That place was torture. That was like the first place we all really went to, but oh my God, that place they don't treat you like humans there.
Right.
And yeah, I'm a little, I don't know, people are on edge. It's just weird when you get moved. This whole thing is weird.
Yeah.
You know, people just tell you to pack your stuff up, like pack everything you own up, you're moving across the country. I mean, the whole jail experience is just like a fever dream. It's so weird.
Yeah, and it's an uprooting, even though, you know, it's still theoretic and uprooting. You're kind of used to where you are, and then you get uprooted and you got to change the routine and get used to things all over again.
Definitely, yeah. It stresses people out too. When everyone got the news, they were definitely on edge that day. You know, Brandon Fells and I are here for now, so now it's weird because now I feel like I'm gonna be moved soon, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I roll with it pretty well. It's just so weird. Pack all your belongings up, and I don't know, there's a lot of things about jail that are weird. One of the worst is when you are, one of the worst is when you're having like one of those really good naps and you're out to the world and you wake up and you don't know where you are. Except when you wake up in jail, oh my God, you're like, oh, that's right.
Reality check.
Jail. Yeah.
Or I guess in this case, it's an unreality check.
Oh my gosh. When I first got arrested, I tried to wake myself up. I thought it was I was hoping it was a bad dream.
Yeah, I'm sure all you guys did. We did too. We thought it was all a bad dream.
Oh my gosh, right? Hoping to wake up soon. But, you know, I got a good lawyer now, I think, so, you know.
Good. That's certainly a blessing.
Yeah, it's a blessing for sure. And my other lawyer was horrible. It's just tough because, you know, I've been cursed with terrible co-defendants. You know, my case is kind of a media spectacle. There's some positives about my case. Like I think 200 people are charged with 1512, and it's obstruction of an official proceeding, which I'm sure some people know of. But basically they're saying we intimidated Congress or something to not, you know, we tried to stop. Allegedly, they're alleging this, that we tried to stop the election from being certified.
Right.
And it's just crazy because I don't know. I guess if you made statements, which I'm going to get to that, I didn't, but like, unless you made statements saying, yeah, I wanted to do that, how do you prove that people did that? I mean, just because you showed up to a rally that 1 million people showed up to?
Right.
And the weirder thing is only certain people have it. I mean, half the people in here don't have it. So I don't even understand their criteria for who they gave it to.
Right.
But it's like it's this weird charge that, you know, it's just they pulled like this serious felony out of nowhere, and they charged a bunch of us with it. And it's like, I don't even know what I did to deserve it. I didn't make any statements.
This call is from a federal prison.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know if that's just, you know, like an overcharge and they're going to drop it, but, you know, my co-defendants who I've never met before did make statements. So I don't know if maybe... I don't know how they're going to do this. And then, you know, the whole thing's a circus. And, you know, my co-defendant's a clown in the circus. I don't know. I only met one of them, but, oh, man. So, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. But it's just such a show trial and a show thing that, you know, I think I have a very nice judge. And I think she's going to hopefully do a good job and hopefully really try to do it to the letter of the law, which is going to be really difficult, you know, with all the political and media pressure surrounding all of this. I don't know, it's tough, and it's tough for the judges too because they're in a tough position, and it's tough for the defense attorneys. I think the prosecutors are just having fun, so at least at least someone's enjoying themselves.
Something that Jericho Steve shared, you know, up top at the beginning, was that apparently when some of you guys were quote unquote in the Capitol, the proceedings hadn't even been called to order yet. So there wasn't anything to disrupt. There was no meeting going on.
Yeah, I don't know where they got this from. And the 1512 is as bad of a charge as the assault. They're all the same level. The assaults and the 1512s are both level 14 charges, which by themselves would be like 8 to 14 months, but they're using enhancements to get more time out of us, and they're enhancing some of the crimes with other crimes. A lot of us have an enhancement called official victim, which is crazy. It says they're a cop and you targeted them because they're a cop. And I mean, I don't even know how you prove that one, unless someone said, you know, screw you, you pig. You know, even that, but, you know, my view was obstructed when I was, you know, allegedly doing whatever I was doing. So I don't know how you're going to say I targeted them because they were a cop. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of questions.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it looks like it's just been a fishing expedition. And whatever they've dragged in out of the water on the hook is what you guys got charged with.
But usually I feel like and that's true, but I feel like usually you overcharge and then you drop it down to what the person actually, you know, what's close to what you actually feel like they did.
Right.
But I feel like, I don't know, unless everyone else that tells me about their charges is like lying about them, I feel like they're kind of giving you the charge, you know, they're not coming down at all. It feels like there's no wiggle room because they know they can get a jury that's going to convict.
Right.
You know, if Donald Trump doesn't have a chance, you know, in a certain location, how do we?
Yeah.
And a lot of people brought up the Timothy McVeigh case where, you know, he committed the Oklahoma City bombing. They couldn't try him in Oklahoma City. They had to move him to Texas, I think.
Right, change of venue, and they've even denied you guys that.
Oh, yeah. It was the only thing my old terrible lawyer did was file a change of venue, but... You know, and you know, so a lot of people say, well, you could do it on appeal, but appeal takes a couple years, and you know, we've been in for almost 2 years now, most of us.
Right.
So we're going to be probably done or close to done by the time that goes through. So it's a huge flaw in the system, but yeah, I don't know, and definitely a tense atmosphere in here at Lewisburg.
Oh, I'm sure.
People moving.
Yeah, and your numbers dwindling, and you know, I'm sure that's a bit stressful too.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I've known some of these guys for a year and a half, and when you know someone in jail, you really know them. I mean,
it's like family. It's like family, and you guys, the family's been torn apart. Again.
Seriously, I mean, yeah.
Yep.
You sleep next to these people. You know, you give each other. You know, you look out when someone doesn't have food.
Yeah.
Go to the bathroom next to each other. You know a lot about them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know some of these guys a little too well.
But that's how you grow to develop, you know, an overall support system, and that's being torn apart too. And so you all don't have that now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The networking is huge here. I mean, on the streets, you ask someone, "Oh, can you give me a job here?"
Right.
It's like if one of us asks the other for help in here, you got to do it. I mean, we've been through too much together.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. No, it's been a wild ride, and hopefully it's coming to an end soon. I hope.
Yep.
I don't know. Is rationality starting to kind of creep back? I mean, I think it's probably going to go both ways, and it's going to get crazier, but maybe more people kind of wake up at the same time. But
yeah, more people are waking up. The issues with, you know, corporate America now are just, I think, even waking up woke people. You know, Anheuser-Busch is probably on the way out. Target is really suffering. Other, you know, big corporations are, you know, being exposed for clothing lines that they're putting out and propagating for infants and young kids, and American people aren't, especially moms and women, are not putting up with it anymore. And
yeah, that's great.
And I think that's what's taken Target out. Also, Kohl's is on the hot seat now, and you know, moms and women just aren't going to tolerate it anymore, and they're letting them know.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, for toddlers, that's crazy.
Yeah, and even infants. You know, and I forget who it was. I read an article the other day. They said that they saw something on an infant clothing. It said, "So what if I'm gay? Get over it."
Yeah,
for a baby.
An infant definitely knows.
Yeah, an infant does. Yep.
Yeah, Yeah, it's crazy. You remember a few years back, Mario Lopez said 3-year-olds should not be given hormones, and he like lost his job and was canceled over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it's about to cut me off. I think I got about 20 more seconds.
Okay, well listen, I have a letter that's about half done. I'll get it out Monday now. I'm requesting that you put me on your email account.
Okay.
Okay.
I will for the time I got left. I got a letter coming out to you too.
Okay.
Thank you everyone for showing up. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lewisburg Vigil. I love you guys. We're gonna get through this.
Yes, we are.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
James. God bless you, James.
Talk to you later,
God bless
James.
y'all.
Yep.
Bye, James.
You too. Bye.
Well, that was great.
That was
Roll
great.
calls are coming through nice and clear.
They are, yeah.
Sorry about the wonky signal, guys. Our signal's dropping in and out. It looks good now. I'm keeping an eye on it, so I'll try to move the transmitter around when it gets low like that. It's been pretty good tonight for the most part.
And I think when you go back and look at this video after the live stream is done, that wonkiness will be out of it.
Oh, really?
I believe so.
Is that the way it works?
Sometimes that happens. All right, I got one more proof that we are more than we know. You know that Fox News just fired Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
A total of about 2 million people watch the mainstream news every night. And we have over 350 million people in this country. So only 2 million people are watching mainstream media right now. Tucker Carlson just released a video and got 113 million views. So
On his own.
if you're still watching mainstream media, you're watching a dead corpse. It is dead, it is over, and if you're still watching it, snap out of it, because there's only 2 million people. That's, what is that, 1 out of every less than a million people. One out of every 300,000 people. That's it. So get your news somewhere else. Find out where to get the news now. You got to get on your computer and get the news. Otherwise, you're going to be in the dark and lied to.
That was not a call coming in for us.
It wasn't.
It was us. It was a spam call.
No, it's my daughter.
Oh, okay. Let's talk to her. No.
It was a good call, but no. She actually doesn't know I'm out here. Oh.
What else to...
I can say a little bit, Steve.
He's not the only one that's at Loretto.
Where is he?
Loretto is in western PA. Out on the other side of Altoona and Huntington and Crescent.
Okay.
It's in Crescent.
Aiden Billiards at Allenwood. We hope to get. I wrote him a letter last week. We hope to be able to talk to him.
Oh, good.
Aiden, yeah. Is he the only one there?
No,
there's
there's four.
five.
There's
Five there?
4 or 5 other ones there. 4, maybe he's the 5th one. Yep.
Okay.
He was put there fairly recently. He was sentenced
Yes.
in March.
Yep. He's fairly recent.
So he's
Thomas-
sentenced.
Thomas Robertson is there. James Malt is there, and he had been in Lewisburg at one point. Who else is there?
At Allenwood?
Yes.
No, Eva. Howard chose not to call. He was
C.
warned
Freeze is there.
that if anything he said went out over media, he could be punished for that.
James there.
I will talk. I was able to visit him yesterday, so I'll talk a little bit about about what he was able to tell me.
Yep, but I don't have any contact with them.
All right, well, we can get that arranged.
I'll say a few words about Howard before.
Okay. But,
Yeah, I'd like to hear it.
But Roy said he looked.
Yeah. Wait. Is this not? Oh, I always forget that.
Flip it on.
Turn it back on there, Roy.
Yeah, there we go. It's wise to turn it off when it's not in use.
Yes.
So, somebody in the chat asked about Howard Richardson, who is in FCI Schuylkill, which is about maybe 30, 40 miles to the east of here, actually very close to my home. I was able to visit him in person. That was just yesterday. I'm losing track of my days for yesterday morning. He's in very good spirits. He had been in the hole for 2 months, back in like January, February, March, and his family didn't hear from him. So you guys may or may not remember that Mickey, Ashley's mom, when she had her interview with Kevin McCarthy, talked asked Kevin McCarthy to look into it. The very next day, as far as we can determine, he was let out of solitary. But so he's in good. The bottom line, we had about an hour's visit, face to face. It was great. He's in good spirits. He's hoping to be able to get an interview with one of the congressional committees. And he thought he heard back in, I want to say, midwinter, that one of the congressional committees was looking for testimony from J6ers, especially incarcerated J6ers. I've not been able to verify that. I visited some of the congressional offices down there. So if anybody out there knows of what committee that might be, or if that is indeed a fact, please let us know. I talked to Ivan Raiklen about it, and he recommended Barry Loudermilk, who's the chairman of the House Administrative Committee, and so I have some emails out to his general counsel and so on and so forth. But we will try to get interviews for not just for Howard, but for any of these guys who want to interview. If there is a committee that's seriously soliciting, information from J6ers, that would be absolutely wonderful. If we have a chance a little bit later, I do have a copy that Ivan Raiklen put it on his, I'm sure you guys know who he is. Call him the Deep State Marauder. I was able to meet him 2 weeks ago in D.C. He's a fighter. But I lost my train of thought. That's what happens when you get old. But don't do that. It makes it worse.
Don't get old.
Oh, yeah. Well, I did it all my life. But anyway, Ivan sent out a copy of a letter that Chairman Loudermilk, he's a congressman from Georgia, sent to, I believe it's the chief of the Capitol Police and the chief of the Metropolitan Police. Very detailed. It's too long to read on the stream, actually. But I have a copy of it requesting, not requesting, but demanding information detailed information about January 6th, the events leading up to it, all body cam, everything. And they had to report by a certain time, and there would be repercussions if they did not. So I was able to sit in a committee hearing with that Loudermilk chaired last week, I guess it was. It wasn't about that, it was about election integrity. He seems like a real fighter. Thank you, Lord. We do have some fighters in Congress now, so may God give them strength, grace, and help us to stand behind them. So do pray for Howard Richardson. His family is going to be able to visit him for the very first time next week, Friday the 9th. And sadly, I was the first visit. He's been in Schuylkill since, I forget, sometime in the fall. I want to say November. I was the very first visitor that he had gotten. And I've been trying for a while, but thankfully I live 15 miles from the prison, so that makes it a lot easier for me. So, but he's in good spirits, and it was encouraging. Yeah, I'll remember to turn that off.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Good show.
Yeah, he went into Schuylkill sometime in the fall. October, maybe November.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, we need to try to see if guys in Allenwood can call out.
Diane emailed some of them this past.
Oh, good.
But they wouldn't have got it they won't get it probably till Monday.
Yeah.
So hopefully they will. I want to go visit Aiden because I've exchanged letters with him.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was here. Last time it was North Carolina, I think.
Oh, he just came in the last week or so.
Okay, well that worked out great.
2 weeks maybe it's been.
Yeah.
Because the last time I checked, he was not there, and that was about 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was surprised I went on Patriot Mail Project, and there he was.
There he was, yeah.
He's very young too.
I was checking to see who was in Allenwood, and he was not there. There were 4 guys there then. So.
There is a prison in North Carolina that needs a vigil to start. We're a little bit far away, but I'm working right now, saving up my money. I'm going to have need something to do in September. So if somebody wants to get one going down there, learn how to YouTube, get in touch with the Patriots up here in the DC area and here at Lewisburg. We can get you started. Yes. You got to learn how to YouTube, and it's a big learning curve.
It's not hard to get started, but it's takes a while to come up to speed.
You have to have contact. Make sure you have contact with people inside.
Right, you can get the contacts for the guys inside, perhaps even get phone calls.
You can say you know them.
Or you can wing it your own way, too. Yep. You can just wave a flag in their face. I prefer that style. That's what I'm pretty good at. The YouTube part I'm not that good at. Or the computer part, looking up information. But finding information on this there's an art to that. There's all kinds of information. Something that occurred to me this week is it's really ironic that we live in this age of information, yet it's starting to feel like the Dark Ages, because that was the era when they hid all information about the scriptures. The church locked up the Bible. You couldn't learn about God unless you went to church, and then they did it in Latin, so you didn't even understand what they were talking about. It's awful bizarre how it's starting to feel the same way. You want to get information, you can't find it, or it's censored. And then you got to go to another location to find it uncensored. So it's just extremely ironic. And in this age of information, it's starting to feel like the Dark Ages.
You want to share your message?
Yes. I don't know if we're going to get any more phone calls, but if we do, then we'll just interrupt. So, I believe God laid something on my heart to share with the live stream tonight. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. If we get another phone call come in, then we'll just interrupt it and continue on after the phone call. We do have to be out of here by dusk, I think. That's the rules of the park. So,
Undisclosed location.
Oh, that's right.
Well, it's a park. It's obviously a park. That's all right.
It's my backyard.
Right. It's my backyard. So anyway, what I felt God wanted me to share, and I don't do this very often, so I hope this comes off and I can share what I feel like is in my heart. But anyway, part of this comes out of Acts 4, and it follows the healing of the crippled man that Peter and John did at the temple. Okay, well, we'll just have to put that on hold. We have a call coming in from Washington.
Washington.
Yes.
From Robert Morse.
Oh, hey!
An inmate at the Washington, D.C. Central Detention Facility.
We didn't think he was going to be able to call.
Press 0. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tel-Link.
Hey, how's it going?
Lego Man! We didn't think you were calling.
Yeah, this is your friendly neighborhood Lego Man speaking. What's up?
Receiving you loud and clear in this part of Pennsylvania.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, hey, you know what? You guys are amazing. I just wanted to call in because I hear they're packing up a lot of people out there in Lewisburg, and so this might be one of the last Lewisburg vigils that there is. I don't know what your guys' plans are, but I do know that it sounds like they're getting rid of pretrial over at the Lewisburg prison. So me and Barry thought it was a good idea to call and just thank you guys for all the ways that you've been there for us and hearing us out and helping us through this time.
Well, you're welcome, but we're going to stay put. We'll be available for taking calls anywhere in the country if that's necessary. But we want to kind of open it up and make it a statewide calling place or avenue for guys to talk. And so we're here for the long haul.
Man, that's amazing to hear. I love that, and that's really motivating. And I really appreciate, the way that you guys go about it. I know that there was a little bit of
it's a hiccup,
I guess. Things can go sideways, but I know you guys are good people and you're trying to do the right thing and you're trying to get the word out there, and I really value and appreciate, taking the high road, trying to do your best to try to take the most professional, mature approach. I think that's how you're remembered well, even by your enemies. And I'm just grateful that you guys are doing that, and I'm grateful that you guys, even a couple weekends ago when we didn't even get to call in. You guys were escorted to, off the premises. You guys had to do the vigil that didn't even happen in a grocery store parking lot, but you guys handled it like champs, and I'm thankful for that, because the way this works is we gotta adhere to a higher standard, and that's how we get remembered better by history, and that's how even our enemies can respect us. So I'm grateful that you guys are doing that. I'm thankful for all the ways that you guys have been there for us in the past. And like I've said before, there's a lot of people out there that don't have family members that support them, either because the media has poisoned them against the political prisoners, or because they've been in jail so long that those family members have since passed on. At least they had the vigils. At least they had someone that was willing to listen to their voice, to listen to their pain, and give them, an avenue to vent. If it was one call a week or whatever it was, the vigils were there. And so that's one of the big reasons why I support the movement to have a vigil, and I especially support the movement to bring awareness to what the Jan 6ers are going through in, the most mature and professional way possible, because it just makes everything better when we're capable of trying to, take the road less traveled and trying to do everything we can to hold ourselves to a higher standard. I think that this situation has tested all of us in ways that, well, one, we didn't know that we were even going to be tested, but two, it has definitely showed us what we're made of, and I think that, like I said before, that many were called, but few were chosen. There's 2 million people at January 6th, but only a couple hundred prisoners and about 100 people that have done some serious hard time. But ironically enough, everyone in one way or another was prepared for this somehow. And you too, who are out there in the world that are helping to facilitate these vigils and have our stories told, you too were prepared for this. One way or another, you can look back and realize, wow, this happened for this reason, and that the grand conductor of the universe actually orchestrated all of these events so that we could know one another, we could represent each other in the best way possible, and honor one another, honor those that paid the ultimate sacrifice for us to be free, and then honor our Father in heaven with our actions. So you guys are incredible. I'm grateful for the ways that you guys have stepped up to the plate in order to have our voices continue to be heard, and it's really encouraging to hear that you guys are now going to, continue the mission on perhaps a national scale, because that's the way it looks, and we're all about to be sent to the four winds, and I think that is an amazing effort, and I encourage you guys to continue to do that, and just remember that as you start to make progress, the enemy is going to take notice. You're going to pop hot on their radar, and but don't take the bait. Try to behave in as much of a professional and honorable manner as possible, because the first thing that the enemy would want you to do is to prove all of your efforts wrong. That's what they want. Don't give them the opportunity. Don't take the bait. Don't show them that they were right about us all along. We need to prove them wrong with having more integrity than they ever thought possible. And that's how we win this fight, is with our superior moral fabric and our character that so many men and women showed on our behalf by laying themselves down on the line for us. It's the least we could do, So we're actually coming up on a very important day to the Ranger community, especially 2nd Ranger Battalion. So Normandy, France was occupied by Nazi Germany. And on June 6th, 1944, is when the largest amphibious assault ever conducted on planet Earth took place, so that the European powers, I guess the Allied powers, I should say, can begin to liberate France. And this is where Rangers get the catchphrase, Rangers lead the way, from, because Rangers from 2nd Ranger Battalion were the first ones to set foot on French soil and to storm the beaches of Normandy and liberate Point du Hoc after climbing those cliffs and destroying the guns on top of the cliffs. And so this is a big deal. This weekend, is a big deal. We just had Memorial Day weekend. But remember what people have gone through on our behalf so we could speak the language that we're speaking, so we can have the rights that we have. I mean, if you think about it, if we didn't have as many incredible men and women of character and integrity, we might be speaking German right now. We might be speaking Japanese. But all it takes is men and women to decide that they're going to choose the road less traveled, to take that narrow path with the small gate and decide that they're going to be better versions of themselves than they were yesterday. And you guys are doing that, and I'm grateful for all the efforts to try to not only improve yourselves, but improve the state of affairs of this country, because it's going to take us all. And I'm thankful for all that you guys have done already and everything you're planning on doing in the future.
You're welcome. Personally, Robert, the reason I want to help continue the vigil is because I don't want to be known as a good man who did nothing.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and all it takes for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing.
Yep. And so if I can do just one small part that prevents some small part of evil from being able to take root and
Amen.
And continue the destruction of our nation, then I'm going to do it.
We're grateful for that. We're so grateful, and that's all it takes. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I love the Lord of the Rings novels as much as I do, because one of the arguments that Tolkien made was that all you have to do is keep making good decisions. Evil will slay the wicked, as it says in Proverbs, but as long as you can maintain your character and don't join the forces of tyranny and oppression, then you will succeed. Yeah. So keep your integrity, keep your faith, keep your character, but don't be a mere passenger, as Teddy Roosevelt says. Wade into this. Be a righteous person of integrity, but don't sit this one out. This country was not carved out of the wilderness by people sitting on a couch. It was bought and paid for with the blood of patriots and tyrants.
Yeah, amen.
And if we sit this one out, we won't have another one to choose to whether we sit or not.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm grateful for you.
Yeah, your letters are rubbing off on me.
Yeah, there you go. I'm grateful for you, and you motivate me, and I'm glad that you guys are going to continue the mission. It's incredible to hear that you guys are not going to hang up the towel anytime soon. Nope. And I'm really excited to see what happens in the future. I really do believe that better days are ahead. The best is going to come, but it will arrive. It will arrive if we make it happen, if we decide to appeal to a higher standard and to fight the good fight. Not just fight, but fight the good fight. That's how we win in the end.
Amen.
And it is a good fight, because it's good against evil, and we have to. Good's going to win, and we have to be able to promote that and stand with that, and be willing to pay the price if that's what's required for good to triumph.
Yeah, evil definitely likes taking people captive. We figured that out the hard way.
Oh my! We can even find humor within the situation, can't we?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Just don't look like Bozo the Clown with an afro sticking outside of a mega hat and wear nothing but camera on Capitol steps, and you'll be fine.
That's right.
But in all seriousness, that's the way that we win this. Is keeping it classy. Don't give the enemy what they want. Abide by the law. Do the right thing. And don't snare yourself in the enemy's traps.
You got to be smart about this. You know, I love the book, The Beautiful Outlaw, because it talks about how smart Jesus was. Jesus had a mission to save the world, but he didn't screw it up by taking the trap that the Pharisees laid out before him. He knew when the time was to make the ultimate sacrifice for our sins. But he also knew, hey, it's not time yet. I'm not going to play their game. I'm going to think outside the box. And so that's what I challenge not only you guys to continue to do, but everyone that can hear my voice. You got to be smart moving forward. You know, you got to realize that the enemy is chomping at the bit for us to make those mistakes. And mistakes might have been made in the past. That's fine. We're human. We're all flawed. But we also have a flawless Savior who decided to not only not sin, but also give up a life on our behalf, and that's the example we got to follow moving forward. And so it all coincides, it all makes sense, and when you really think about it, and you start to realize that not only this is a war between good and evil, but that our debt has been paid, all we have to do is try to live a life of integrity like Christ showed us how. I encourage everybody to buy that book, The Beautiful Outlaw, and recognize the personality of Jesus. He was witty, he told jokes, and he might have talked some smack, believe it or not, but he was also smart about it.
Yeah.
You know?
So
he knew when and how he had to die, and that is one of the main reasons why he is my Savior. Is he didn't screw it up. Amen. The minute he turned water into wine, he had a couple more miracles to make. And even when Peter drew his sword and attacked a guard, chopped his ear off, and Jesus said, "Look, man, it's got to go down this way. Don't go and make this situation any worse than it has to." And that's a message that we can take to the heart right now. You know, I mean, Jesus, he was classy. He kept it classy because he had a...
You have 1 minute remaining.
And he knew how to suffer well, and that's what I encourage everyone that can hear my voice what to do. All right, well, this has been your friendly neighborhood Lego man. We got Barry Ramey, Tucker Scarlson coming up behind me here, so he's going to call in and thank you guys as well for an amazing ride. Thank you for making it endurable to go through Lewisburg. We couldn't have done it without you. God bless you guys, and I'm honored to know you. I can't wait to shake your hand when this is all said and done.
Are you able to get mail?
I believe so, but I don't know how long I'll be in D.C. We'll stay in touch. I have your number.
Yeah, okay. Because I have a letter. It should be. I sent it out last week.
Oh, perfect. Well, I hope to get it soon. Well, God bless you guys. I love you so much. This has been your friendly neighborhood Lego man signing out. God bless you.
God bless, Robert. Love you.
Good job, man.
How's your battery doing, Tina? Is it all right?
I've been 56.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'm good. Wish the gnats were.
What time you got, Steve?
I've got 8:46.
Okay. Oh, well, we'll talk to Barry, and then we probably should sing the national anthem. Or maybe those guys will sing it down. They're in D.C., right?
Yeah, they're in D.C.
Are they grouped? Are they grouped that they're going to sing? Or
They sing it every night from D.C.
Oh, that's...
But they sing it for the live stream down there, but they could sing it for us, too.
We could live stream the live stream of them singing it. And sing it with them at Freedom Corner if you want.
We could do that, but let's talk to Barry first.
Okay.
They normally do it like, what, 9 or 8:45?
Right at 9.
Okay.
Every
Yeah,
night.
they do it right at 9.
Let me see if I can get that stream going.
Yeah. What's the matter? I think Tina needs some help, Steve.
This call came in. It's not on my phone.
Oh, that's your Lego man. No, it's already...
Oh, is that Lego man?
Yeah.
Why is it coming through the speaker then?
Must be on Bluetooth.
Because my stream is on.
Is it coming through Bluetooth?
But Barry was going to call. But you say he's
the
not.
call didn't come here, and I was hearing
Yeah.
hearing a call coming here, but it might have been Robert.
Oh, so he didn't call yet. Okay.
Oh, lag. Okay. All right. That just kind of messed me up.
Must be through the stream or something.
Yeah. I think there's lag time.
There is, yeah.
From the hang up to when it was done.
Yeah, Barry's not on the phone yet, guys.
No.
Hopefully.
Nope.
You're welcome, Denise. May God help us to get better at it as we go forward. But tonight's been good.
Yes, it has.
Yeah. We hope to sing the anthem either with the guys in Lewisburg if they call out, or with the guys in D.C. If not, I guess we can just sing it, the four of us.
That's right.
Yeah. But it's always nice to sing it with those guys. Sound good, the guys in D.C.
Yeah.
Well, the guys in Lewisburg
and now,
do too.
And now they've got how many guys in D.C.?
I don't know.
I doubt that the Lewisburg guys will call out because they didn't feel comfortable singing last week.
That's right. That's right.
So I doubt that they'll call out to sing, but we may be able to pick up from D.C. and sing with
That
them.
was Steve's idea. Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's 7:45 right now, or
Yeah,
9.
8:45. Almost 9, and then end his phone call with them singing the anthem.
That's what he did, yeah.
Sound that? Yeah, I hope so. That'd be great. Thank you, Turbo.
This may have to wait till next week.
That's all right, though, Tina. Thank you for being ready.
Yep, yep.
All right, they got some serious flag waving going on at Freedom Corner right now.
Yeah, let me see. Oh, very cool, very cool.
Any opposition
Yeah.
tonight?
Doesn't seem to be.
Thank the Lord.
Lily's back. Lily hasn't been there forever. She's a...
Does she have the gold flag?
Yeah.
Is this Trooper's chat?
Yeah. And then Lily's husband Dwight is there every night, but Lily.
That's her Dwight's wife.
Oh, yeah. Okay. She's a wonderful
Oh,
patriot.
sorry, Steve. I put you over here.
Oh, that's Trooper's watermark.
Yeah, we need a watermark.
We do.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
There's Rebecca.
Cool.
They're doing
356.
Yeah, they're doing a great
How
job.
many do we have tonight? 2 That's okay. That's good. Yeah. 40, 50. That's all right. And the fact that we had 40, 50, we only have 5 guys in Lewisburg. I wanted to try to tell Robert that we were going to try to get Allenwood people to call us out next week, but we can.
Yeah, we can. We let him know. Carol said the guys in chats in DC are grateful and giving links out for us. That's great. Thank you guys.
Awesome. Good.
Good night, Glenn.
Good.
So it's not. He's having a lot of chops, so we probably can't do the national anthem with them. It's going to chop up.
Unless Barry calls out.
Everybody thinks that that's a good idea.
Oh, you mean we can't do it with Trooper?
Yeah, because his stream is a little choppy right now.
So if Barry calls, we can do it with them.
Barry calls
and
dovetails his call with ending with them singing the national anthem, we'll be able to do it off the
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, that's what I was saying
All right,
before.
okay.
That maybe that's what he's planning on doing.
So Trooper's got some chop in his
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
It's in
so
and
it
out.
wouldn't work for us to sing with it.
No.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to queue up that J6 version of the national anthem now,
Okay.
just in case.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
The one that Trump did? Why don't we do that one?
With Trump doing the Pledge of Allegiance in between there? Yeah.
That would be cool. That'll have everybody
They're trying
crying.
to find out how it all come about, too. They're trying to cause trouble about that.
You can cause trouble about anything.
Yeah.
Good, yeah. Looks a lot different with artificial lights on the chat.
It does, doesn't it?
More somber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Robert was surprised when we told him that we weren't stopping when Lewisburg was empty.
No lights in this park except there's street lights over on the
on the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But,
Don't give too much out.
Yeah. Right.
You know, really, there's no need for us to stop
No.
because we've got 5 in Allenwood now,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems like maybe they're using Allenwood for guys serving their sentence. And we'll have people at Loretto, which is out near Crescent, which is Western PA. and we have somebody in Eastern PA too. Maybe that's Crescent. We have one in Crescent. We have one out in Loretto, and that's where Robert wants to go.
Yeah, we have Howard's in Schuylkill.
There's one near Philly too. I don't know if he's still there. But one guy was being held in a Philly prison.
Yeah, I don't think he's there now. But you're right, there was one in Philly. So you have that other one queued up, huh?
It's queued up.
Oh, good.
Trooper says that rumor has it DC stream is choppy due to Antifa guy with a cell phone jammer. That could be. I don't know how that works,
possible.
but we have no Antifa here.
That would.
Thanks to our undisclosed location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our undisclosed location.
The
Yes,
beauty
sir.
of an undisclosed location.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, we could be in California and still be.
Oh yeah,
I
you
was
could.
going to say we're in Washington. We're in Washington State is where we're at.
Yeah, yeah.
We could be in like.
We could be in Hawaii for all they know.
Oh yeah.
You could be in Antarctica as long as we had a cell signal.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And we were in parkas and mittens and boots.
Yeah, don't go to vacation in Hawaii. They're going real radical. Gun control and all that.
Oh, they're whacked. Yeah.
All that stuff.
Wonderful. Well, they'll just have to
They're trying to make it
unradical
like
at some point.
Australia, I guess.
I feel bad we haven't heard from Barry.
Well, like I said, he may be coordinating it
We got 6
to
minutes.
dovetail
Yeah.
into when they're going to sing at 9.
Yeah.
We got 6
Because
minutes.
we've got I have 8:54.
Well, if we don't hear from him by 9:01, we'll sing ourselves, and then we'll wrap up. I
Or
don't.
we can do the
Right.
J6ers anthem and pledge allegiance with Trump.
I have the vinyl for that. I finally got it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Fine. I didn't open it. I don't have the heart to open it. You know?
Why?
I don't know. Just
Oh, geez. I'd probably worn it out already, listening to it over and over and over again.
I play it on my phone. I play it
I
on my
bawled
phone
my
and
eyes out the
stuff.
first 2 or 3 times I listened to it. It was just like,
Real American voice. You know, they're going through all this stuff. And they play it all the time, and not all the time, but a lot too.
Thank you, LA Forgiven. If we don't, we got a call coming in.
Go, Barry.
So, if this is Barry Ramey, we'll just sing with them.
please.
Debit call from
Barry Ramey.
All right,
Very Amy.
an inmate at the Washington, D.C. Central. Call, press 0. To refuse this call. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
How's everybody doing out there?
Hey, Barry.
Barry, how you doing?
We're doing well. You're missing hot weather this week?
I wouldn't say I'm missing it, you know.
Well, we had 95 yesterday.
Oh, wow. Yeah, in Lewisburg, it gets pretty hot inside. That building was built in 1933, I think.
I know, and they didn't include air conditioning when they built it.
No, I don't think air conditioning existed.
No.
I know.
Well, other than hot as hell, how is everybody doing?
We're doing fine.
It's nice and cool out here now.
Well, that's good. So, yeah, as everybody is maybe aware yet, I don't know, I'm back. I'm at D.C. This is my first time at D.C. This is actually my 10th facility and going on 14 months of incarceration. So I've been all over the East Coast.
Yep.
Yeah, facility number 10. I'm trying to make it an even 12 and set some kind of record, I think, at least in my own head.
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah. I understand this is going to be your guys' last one, huh?
Nope. We're here for the long haul.
Okay, great.
So you all be
Great.
able to touch base and call out to us. You know, even though there may not be anybody in Lewisburg.
Okay.
We
well,
have-
yeah,
we
you know,
have- Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We have five right now in Allenwood, and so we're trying to connect with them so that they have opportunities to call out. And we're the perception is that the other 2 or 3 federal prisons in PA are going to, they're going to start moving people there. So we want to be a voice for everybody who's still incarcerated in Pennsylvania.
Awesome. That's good because, we're going officers, but I do want to say that you guys, I hope that you guys and all of you people that do the vigils and the live stream from DC to Northern Neck to Lewisburg to everywhere, that you guys are, taking the time once in a while to give yourselves a pat on the back, because the dedication that you guys have showed us all has been a breath of fresh air, to say the least. This avenue of being able to have our voices heard and knowing that there's people like you guys that care on the other side has been extremely beneficial mentally and even physically to a lot of us. So we're very grateful, and it's not, not anybody can show the dedication that you guys have had. Hat goes off to the DC crew. I mean, earth, wind, fire, hail, snow, sleet, and Antifa, they still don't quit.
Yep. My hat's off for them too. That's just remarkable that they've, planted themselves there and have not given up, have not quit, even in the face of extreme adversity and just, just all the stuff they've had to put up with. It's just amazing.
Yeah. Well, I want to take a quick moment. I feel obligated to do this, unfortunately. But, my goal here is just to set the record straight with something. I've gotten a few messages on Truth Social, and people have reached out to me and said, they heard that there was some corruption and mistreatment at Lewisburg. And I want to go on record saying that those allegations are false. I think it's stemming from one individual that didn't get their way and broke the rules and was punished for doing it. So they tend to, when they don't get their way, they tend to spread a false narrative. But I'm going to digress on that because my goal is not to throw anyone under the bus. I just want to set the record straight that, a lot of these guys in D.C. for the first year and a half were egregiously mistreated, and the stories and testimonies that came out were real, and they deserve to be looked at. Even though I think things have improved here in D.C. ever so slightly, nonetheless, they've improved. Northern Neck, I spent 6 months in Northern Neck myself, and there's guys that were there for over a year. Wow. We were horribly mistreated. Our religious rights were suspended. Medical services were denied. We lived in very harsh conditions, and we were treated very harshly. And I don't want to take away from the investigations that Congress is going to be launching into these facilities due to those truthful testimonies. And I don't want it to be watered down by the false allegations that we were mistreated in Lewisburg or that there was corruption amongst the correctional officers and the counselors there. That is not true. We were not mistreated. We were treated fairly. The counselor, Tharp, is an honorable man that served his country honorably, and a lot of us have the utmost respect for him. And the other people there, they didn't treat us, they didn't give us special privileges. If we had broken the rules like this individual did, you'd find out that there's rules to a prison, you don't want to break them. But with that being said, we were not mistreated, we were treated fairly, and I don't want to water down what some of these other guys, including myself, have gone through by going to every facility and saying that we were mistreated, because that was not true at Lewisburg. With that, I digress.
Hey, Barry.
Hats off to you.
Can we sing the national anthem with you guys? Are you guys going to sing down there?
Well, we're all separated. We're in different cells, and
Too bad.
No, we're in this process called intake, and Rob Lego Man has been here for like 11 days, 12 days now. It's only supposed to be 7 days, but we're pretty much locked in a cell 23-1. On the weekends, it's 24/7. We don't come out, and we're talking to you on a little tablet, and we're across the hall from each other. We can stare at each other through a little crack in the door, but other than that, we're all isolated and segregated.
Wow. God bless you. May that
and there's a bunch of
yeah. Well, we'll sing out here for you guys tonight.
Awesome. Yeah, hold the line for us. We would love to do it, but there's also many other inmates in their cells, and they're all sleeping and stuff randomly.
Okay.
And here in D.C., they average a stabbing a day, so we're going to try to keep that down to a minimum.
Oh yeah, less than one a day.
Yeah, try to keep it like a half a day.
Yeah.
Top it off with that.
Yeah, minimum.
Half stabbing for 24 hours.
Yeah, keep it to a minimum.
But this DC jail is so far my experience has been there's been a few officers that pretty much look at us and just walk away. But overall, the officers here have been pretty decent thus far. I've only been here for 4 or 5 days now, and
right.
I can't say that I've witnessed any mistreatment or anything. It seems like they've all been pretty friendly. The counselor here seems like a pretty decent guy, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, maybe because of all the notoriety that came out when y'all were there before, maybe that has caused things to change. I really pray and hope so.
I hope so too. I know that some of the more egregious correctional officers that did, assault these guys and spray them, for no reason indiscriminately, have been let go. So,
good.
What these guys went through here in D.C. for the first year and a half was real. It was not good. It was not good at all. So.
Yeah, I know. There's no way to sugarcoat it. They really went after you guys. You had a special label, and they took that as having carte blanche to treat you guys whichever way they wanted to, good or bad.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this right now. The food here is not the greatest, especially coming from Lewisburg, but it's still better than Northern Neck, so that should say something.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, I'm sad you guys can't do the national anthem tonight. I know at some point, hopefully, you'll be able to. And just
definitely.
Just hang in there. We got your back, and we're holding the line out here. We're not going to quit. And
that's awesome.
We'll still be here every Saturday night.
Awesome, that's good stuff. Because I've had as trying as the situation has been, as dark as it has been. There's been the comfort of other good men that I've been incarcerated with, where we're able to lean on each other in our hardest times, and it's been a huge help. Some of these guys are really good guys.
Yep.
I can definitely say that.
Yep. I mean, you guys have created your own support system, and it's like a family. And you guys have been ripped apart so many times, and have been willing to reform those connections, and it just can't be easy to have to do that over and over and over and over again.
No, yeah, it does take a toll on you. I really have to question. We're talking about all this debt ceiling stuff, and we know that our government spends way too much money. I'm at 10 facilities. I've been transported to 10 facilities that obviously can't be free for the taxpayer. Why do I could have just done this at home. I could have. You're going to find me guilty. I wasn't arguing that I was guilty on most things, so we could have just done this from South Florida and saved the taxpayers, lots of money. But
they did everything else virtual. Why can't you guys could have done all your time virtual?
Well, I think that maybe if I just identify as a multi-gendered far leftist, maybe they might drop the charges on me. Who knows?
Yeah, the last I heard, you have 2,000 choices.
Good night, LA Forgiven.
Yeah, I think that when I was free it was 86, so they're going up a lot per day.
Yeah, right. Increases your choices.
I can see the future. I can see it like 2055. I'm walking down this deserted road with a shotgun in my pit bull, and I'm the last straight white male alive, and this will be my story.
Yeah. And your pit bull starts asking you questions.
Yeah. Well, my pit bull will identify as a Chihuahua, because that's what I have now, an 8-pound Chihuahua.
Oh no, I'll have to call him a yippy dog.
Oh yeah, her name's Martini. She's 8.5 pounds.
Yeah.
And you should see it though. Whenever I take her for a walk, I get hit on all the time, and they seem like really nice guys too. I'm just not into that kind of thing. So
they're just really after the pit bull,
You're welcome to, Blue.
I love my little chihuahua. I miss her so much.
Oh, my. Do you know how long you're going to be
Well, I
right
really do appreciate you guys. What's that?
So do you know how long you're going to be in quarantine or isolation or whatever, wherever you are right now? Or you're going to move into general population or back with other J6ers? Or are you where you are before you move to be sentenced?
I think it's going to be the J6 pod, although there's no way to tell, with these things. It's supposed to be 7 days, but I don't think they don't like us very much, so they could make it longer if they choose to. I'm hoping there's no books. The tablets don't really work well in the room. You can't access all the apps on it, but it could be worse. It could be worse. So just count your blessings. And my sentencing was moved to July 6th, so my sentencing now is July 6th.
Okay.
Looking forward to getting this over with.
Yeah, I'm sure. Not knowing the end, has to be hard. And every time you're psychologically prepared to hear it, then they move it. Then you got to start all over again.
Well, this one's a kind of unique situation. The prosecutor, her, God bless her. I would never wish this on anyone. She's losing her father. Her father's on his last days. Oh. And, I know what that's like. I lost my father when I was 20, so I agreed for an extension so she could be with her father and still be at the case and throw me in prison.
Right.
But my mother's not doing so well. My mother had brain surgery and had some tumors removed, and they're monitoring some breast cancer. So every day I wonder, am I going to be able to see my mom alive again before I get out of here?
Yeah.
And while this is going on, my guidelines come out like 46 months tops, but yet the prosecution, particularly Matthew Graves, is asking my judge to give me 109 months. That's like 9.5 years. He wants me to go to prison for 9.5 years. And that's way beyond what my guidelines even are. So it's kind of ridiculous, but, it doesn't matter. I still would never, I hope the best for the prosecutor on my case. I hope her father is in good hands, and I hope that she, gets some relief out of a hard situation that I know what it's like to live in.
And you have 1 minute remaining.
And it's
that's our cue.
Yeah, that's our cue. And it's different if you've made that decision to change your date and, you just get a phone call and say, well, you got 3 months, you got to hang out there until we decide whether we're going to change it again or not.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for doing this. I love you all. God bless America. If you want to get in touch with me anyone listening can do that on Truth Social or Twitter at Osprey_Sensei. My fiance keeps the page. Yeah. God bless all of you guys. God bless every single one of you. Be safe, and God bless the USA.
God bless you too, Barry. We'll talk next week.
Barry. Take care, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hey, it's time for us to sing.
Ready?
We'll wrap up.
Yes. Say, can you sing by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For the land of
Well, good night, everyone.
Right.
We're late
Patriots.
signing off, but that's fine. It was worth it all. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you, Lord willing, next week.
Yes, Lord willing.
We love you all.
Yes. Thanks for staying on the stream, guys. Everybody.
Yep. Night, everyone.
Yes. That worked well. I like that.
Yeah, you guys.
You guys got it together.
That went well.
You guys got it together.